Hey everybody, welcome back to Tommy's Tesla Tech and Travel. This is an unexpected episode. You see, I just finished putting my kids to sleep, and before they went to sleep, me and my youngest son Charlie walked down to our mailbox to retrieve our mail. And lo and behold, there was a package waiting for me, and for those of you that collect comics, you're very familiar with this type of package. Here's the thing. I have no idea what this is. I don't recall ordering anything recently. I don't recall winning a bid on anything as far as comics or books or anything goes. And I tend to not shop online that much. If I don't find it in the wild, I tend not to buy it. There are some exceptions to that rule, especially during COVID, where I collected pretty much all the 1968 big premiere issues from Marvel during COVID for the most part. So I really have no idea what this is. I started to open it, but I stopped being like, oh, this would be a great unboxing video, because you guys are going to find out at the same time as me what this is. So, without further ado, let's find out.
I guess I didn't open all the way, so the tape's still there.
Oh, I know what this is. Okay, this is actually from a Kickstarter I backed a long time ago. Ooh, nothing like the sound of tape ripping. It's actually a graphic novel that a friend of mine wrote. That's so funny, because the name on the label of the person that sent it, I have no idea who that is. But, yeah, I definitely know what this is. Let me get the tape off so I can show you guys. That's always fun when you get something you're not expecting and you, for all intents and purposes, forgot about. It's Serpent Inc. It's by my friend Logan and it's illustrated by Benjamin Mackey. I've actually been looking forward to this for quite a while. I feel bad now that I forgot about it. Ooh, and I got a little pen. Let's look at that first. It looks like it's a little, little pen there to wear on my lapel if I choose. I don't know why I decided to emphasize the word lapel. It says, "Snakes don't kneel." Oh man, okay, so give me a second and we'll talk about this. Alright, we're back. I haven't had a chance to actually open it yet, but yeah, this is, like I said, is a nice, pleasant surprise. Let's take it out of its plastic and take a look. Excellent quality in printing. Oh, and they are signed right there, signed by Benjamin Mackey and Logan. And it says thanks, because it's, snake themed. I get what you did there, Logan. But no, I'm super excited. Just the artwork, the quality, the print of the book, this is all super top notch. I'm super excited, and forgive me, I don't remember the exact storyline off the top of my head, but if I remember correctly, it all takes place in a world where, kind of like how all sports are sponsored at this point, like the Phoenix Suns at Talking Stick Resort Arena, no longer those cool names, like Soldier Field. Now it's brought to you by Geico. They come from a world where, all superheroes are sponsored, and they're all kind of stepping out of the wheelhouse at that point to do their own thing. As I actually have his ashtray, I believe, from this first got introduced, and that was a long time ago. So I'm actually really excited to dive into this, which kind of brings me to an interesting subject I didn't kind of plan on talking about, but this brings up something I'm very passionate about. We all live in a world where we're super oversaturated with, let's say Marvel, DC. We're so used to those 2 or 3 movies a year, and everybody knows Captain America and Batman and everything else like that. They forget all this stuff started off as someone's idea and someone's vision. We're going to talk about me for a second. I'm going to be selfish. I've been making and producing comics since right around 2012. And it's all independent stuff that I created with people like my friend Caleb Warner, with Daniel Altman, with my good friend Eric Schock. We've all come up and created these characters together, or wrote and produced characters that may have existed during the Golden Age that are now public domain, for the pure passion of making and telling stories. Same thing that I know Logan does, because that's how we bonded our friendship, and Benjamin Mackey here. So it's always nice when I get something like this, an independent book that was made out of pure passion. Because it's not the saturated, Marvel, DC, Image, which, I do love all these. I collect books from all of them, and I read a lot of this stuff. But, there's other stuff out there besides that. Some of the titles I've written is Brief History in Time, about 2 kids that travel through time to save their grandfather. The Absurdly Normal Life of Lawrence Hadley, about a dude from Tucson. Think Seinfeld meets fairy tales. This is the best way I can describe it. A lot of stuff I've read, the Golden Age books, and I'm very proud of, that Eric Schock and I did together, The Raven and also The Inner Circle. Like, these are books that were done out of passion. And there's more out there than just the stuff you see in the media and in theaters and so on and so forth. There's this amazing world of underground independent comics and literature that you can abide in. It's really easy to come across. Like everyone out there, I'm sure you've all heard of Comic-Con. There's different comic conventions out there, and if you watched our videos from WonderCon, I did walk through Artist Alley quite a bit, and that's where you'll find stuff like this. Is these people that put their heart and soul into these books, invested their hard-earned money to print these books that they're making pennies on the dollar on, and they're just hoping that you buy it and like it and go, when's issue 2 coming out? So that's why I like things like Kickstarter and Indiegogo and all that, is people can get their project passions funded, but at the same time market them to an audience that may not wander into a local comic book shop in Tucson, Arizona, or wander into, an independent distributor in La Jolla, like whatever. It gives you marketing that wasn't an option back like when Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird created the Turtles in '84. I mean, all the books they sold were basically in Maine. So it wasn't until they ventured outside of that Ninja Turtles became a thing. But that was an independent book as well, because it wasn't Marvel, it wasn't DC, it wasn't Archie Comics. It was something completely different. And you have no idea what you're missing out on if you don't give stuff like this a chance. So, I mean, if you get some free time, scroll through Kickstarter, see what independent books are out there. Sometimes it does hurt my soul when some of these, like, bigger label people release books on there, because they already have a built-in market, but I also don't begrudge them, because I would do the same thing in their position. But that platform is really for people like Logan and Ben here, where they're producing a book themselves that they're passionate about, trying to introduce it to a market they may not otherwise reach. So I'm really excited to read this. I was not expecting it, so it was a cool surprise. And thank you guys for being here for this unboxing and getting to this point and hearing me on my soapbox. Wow, it's really cool. And, I mean, for those of you that might be interested, I'll leave the link down below to order, or not even order, just to look at the stuff that I've written. I've actually worked with Logan in the past. I've lettered a few of his books for him, including his awesome series called Beard and Frog. Huge fan of that series. I'll put their link down below to you so you can order those books as well if they're still available. I'm sure they are. I know they're available at local comic shops here in Tucson, along with some of the stuff I've written. But yeah, this is cool. If you love comics, there's not just superheroes in tights. It's independent books out there too. Well, hey guys, thanks for taking this impromptu ride with us on this comic book unboxing. Well, it turned out to be a comic book unboxing because I had no idea what was in there. So, really pleasant way to end the evening. Cool. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And go read a comic. And read a comic that you may have never read before. Or grab a book off the shelf at a shop of something you've never heard of. Here, I'll leave you with this. One of my favorite things to do when we travel is I'll go into a local comic book shop wherever we are, whether it's Hawaii, California, Florida, wherever. And first question I always ask is, do you have a local or independent section? There's been a few times like, oh yeah, we have Dark Horse over here. I'm like, no, like, real local, real independent. Like someone came in and said, will you please sell my book? Like those type of things. I like to pick those up wherever we go. Heck, I just got some in our last video during a free comic book day at Fantasy Comics here in Tucson. A couple people I never heard of, actually, that apparently know Logan, I was told by Matt, our friend over there at Fantasy. Well, guys, I'll let you go here. I'm going to start reading the book, and yeah, rock and roll. Look up your copy of Serpent Inc., and I'll try to put any links down below that I can to get you in the right direction. All right, bye-bye, everybody.